Now that my water is boiling, how to make mashed potatoes. All you need is a bag of potatoes. You want to rinse them off, so I'm just taking them out. There's really no... Yeah. Basically no bruises. I washed them off. Good potato. But here's the thing, this is a little, there's something wrong there, so I'm going to basically cut that out. It doesn't go all the way through. Little bit on this side. I'm going to get that off of there, and I'm going to put that in. So it depends on how much mashed potatoes you want. I want a nice size portion, so I'm going to boil 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do 5, 6. But there's something wrong right there. It's just on the skin. But I like to make sure everything's good. Now that everything's good, I don't like black spots, so I just like to cut them out to make sure they don't go through the whole potato. This one's fine, something a little right there. Other than that, oh, there's a little piece right there and a little piece right there. I cut it out. It doesn't go through the whole potato, and I put it in like that. And my leftovers I throw away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that boil for a good 10 to 15 minutes. And the cool thing about it is how you check to see if they're done is all you need is a fork, and you just poke them. And of course, since I just put them in, they're still going to be hard. And that's all we need for now. We're going to let that boil for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, the potatoes have been boiling for 11 minutes and 30 seconds. You're going to take a fork and see. They're still hard in the middle, they're getting softer. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let it boil for at least another 6 minutes, frequently checking. Alright, 16 minutes. I'm going to check them. Still kind of hard. But they're getting softer. Now that they're getting softer, I'm going to reach over here and I'm going to just grab some salt and just sprinkle a little in. Don't need a lot. Okay, everybody, it has now been 19 minutes that these potatoes have been boiling. So I'm going to go in here and take one out just to see. And of course, this comes off very easy. And I'm just checking. I usually take the skin off, so But I mean, it's starting to be mashed potatoes. Starting, but I'm going to let them boil for another about 4 more minutes. So not all potatoes are at the same amount of time. So that's why if you see in a lot of cooking shows, you have people that prep the food. Well, basically that's what they're doing, is prepping the food before they do the cooking. Just because Google tells you that it's only going to be 10 to 15 minutes doesn't mean it's going to be 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, this potato is still really hard, so that's why I'm letting them to boil more. But as this is on, I'm taking a pot, and I love my potatoes buttery and creamy. So with this half a stick of butter, I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to turn that eye on, and I'm going to let that start to melt. I don't want to burn it, so I'm going to take it down, and I'm going to put it basically in between medium and hot. We'll let that cook. Well, not cook, but we're going to let that melt down. So really, once it starts melting, that means the pot is hot, and then I'll be able to turn it off. And the reason I left the skin on the potatoes is because it helps keep the nutrients and the flavor in the potato. Now my butter is starting to melt. You can take it off the eye and just move it around. I'm going to put it back on the eye, let it melt a little bit more. But you want to keep moving the butter just so it doesn't burn. I don't want my butter to burn. And it has now been 23 minutes that I've been boiling potatoes. But the thing about cooking is patience. I could have cut them up in cubes, and that would have actually helped them, but I like to just do baked potatoes. You throw them in the water, you boil, you have to make sure the water's, because the water is evaporating, you do got to make sure it's not getting too low, because you don't want to burn. Basically, that's called burning water, and you don't want to burn the water with the potatoes. Okay, it is now 23 minutes and 57 seconds. I can easily push my fork through. So now I'm going to turn. Well, I'm going to check my butter. Actually, my butter is already done. So I'm going to turn both eyes off. And what I'm going to do is pour the water off of this. Okay, the water's off from my potatoes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just, the potatoes are nice and soft. And you can see, look at that, fork just goes through. They're hot. You want to take them off the eye though, because they'll keep cooking, and I don't have any look at that. It basically just comes right off. Potatoes are nice and hot. It's okay though. As I skin the potatoes, I'm going to mash. As I skin the potatoes, I'm going to mash them like that. I want you to see how I'm doing this. Here's my baked potato. The fork can go straight through that, not a problem at all. These are kind of hot, but you can basically, the skin, you can just peel it off as such. Hot potato, hot potato. This is what they call hot potato. And you're really just getting the skin off though. Like I said, when you're cooking, it's always about, you know, I mean, there's some skin in there. Take the skin out. Take the skin out. And that's how it should be though. The skin should just basically come right off without no problem. Whew, it's hot. And any like black spots, you can just basically take them out. I mean, it's just a potato, but I don't like that in my potatoes, so I take them out. And you should be able to do it with a fork. I mean, it should be very simple. As they do. I got 2 more potatoes to get done. I mean, I could run this over cold water, but I don't want to do that. I like them hot. I like to be able to peel them. Very easy. As I say that, I'm burning my fingers. But hey, what's the fun of it? Like I say in my videos, I love cooking. I mean, I used to love working in restaurants, but you would always get that goofy boss that you're the good worker, and then they would hire somebody that was a crappy employee, and they would let them get away with stuff. Like, no, no, I don't want to work for somebody that lets the crappy worker get away with stuff, as you're the good worker and they treat you like you got to work and let them goof around. No. I'd rather cook for myself, cook for home, and not have to deal with somebody. But now I got my potatoes. They're all smushed around. And now what I'm going to do, because they're hot, I got my butter here. And I'm just pouring the butter all in there. And I'm stirring it. Oh yeah, I mean, you could add more butter, but half a stick is good for me. And then Totally had to wash my hands because they had the potato peel. Now I'm going to get some salt, and I'm just going to sprinkle to my taste. You don't have to put a lot in there because you want to do taste test. You want to taste. You want to see how the taste is. And then I love my pepper also. Sprinkle some pepper in there to my taste. And then the biggest thing is, when you're doing this, because I want it creamy, I'm going to get milk. You could pour it in like so. Now that's going to cool it down, but it's going to make the potatoes creamy. Like so. And you just want to do a taste test. I got a spoon here. So basically you should have a clean fork and a clean spoon. Mashing the potatoes with your fork. Taste test with a clean spoon. And yes, it is good. So I'm going to add a little bit more milk because I love creamy potatoes. And as you see, it's easier. Look at that. I'm going to get me another clean spoon. Got another spoon. I'm going to take a real big taste. And as I can tell, it needs a little bit more salt. Needs a little bit more pepper. Get another spoon. Got another spoon here. Taste test. But I am going to add a little bit more butter to this. So I want it a little bit more creamier. So I did about a quarter, a little bit close to a half of butter. And I'm just going to let that melt. But other than that, it's salty enough. It's got enough milk in it. It's creamy enough. And it is totally, like I said, you do it by taste. Taste is good, but it just needs a little bit more butter in it, and it will be done. There it is again. I'm melting my butter. I don't want it to burn, so I'm just, I've got my fork. I can actually even start with that. Little potato and my butter ain't going to matter because the butter is going in my potatoes. And there it is. The butter, it's still melting, but the pot is hot enough and I can pour it as this is still melting. And to get that to melt a little faster, I can put it on there. But look at that, nice and creamy. I'm going to stir this up. But look how gorgeous that is. Look at that. I mean, just absolutely beautiful, nice, creamy. It would be like a mixer if you had a mixer, but if you don't have a mixer, you can mix it with a fork. There it is. It's melted. And we're going to do it on there. There's still a little chunk in there. I'm going to just push it down like that. And there we go. Totally got the butter. Like I said again, there you go. Beautiful. Nice, creamy. Nice and creamy. Bada bing, bada boom. Now you have, whoop, gotta turn off the eye back there. Take the pot. And there you have it. A wonderful, delicious mashed potatoes to give to your family. Or to even eat it yourself. Now let's put it on in here. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful, look at that. Oh my gosh, delicious. And there you have it. Ready to serve. How to make fresh mashed potatoes. There you go.